Welcome, traveler. You have summoned the Phoenix Gate, or it has summoned you. This gate appears when you are avoiding a decision that is quietly shaping your world for you. I am the Golden Rose, Priestess Psychopomp. If you are ready, the crossing begins. What cycle, belief, or dynamic is currently shaping my viewer's reality? Is their current energy? The Destroyer. Come on. I'm looking for it in the book. I have nerve pain in my hands today, so my hands are not cooperating with me very well. Okay. The Savage, the Unexpected, the Rejected, the Destroyer, the final of the three archetypes in the trio of existence, has necessary yet painful work to do in the world. Culturally, we have an aversion to endings, and we hang on to permanence as a signifier of success. Yet the Destroyer pulls the rug out from underneath relationships, jobs, homes, and all forms of security. It's the part of us that wants things to end. Its painful orientation is to uncover our true purpose. The Destroyer does not let us linger long in comforts, as it knows not much happens in that realm. With its piercing eyes, it seeks out stagnancy from a distance, and the rest becomes history. In the old myths, this is the moment when heads begin to roll, the ground opens up, and castles crumble. Hold on for the ride. The Destroyer has arrived. When light, swift and precise blows that redirect our life. When dark, self-destruction, negativity, unwillingness to rebuild. So you're in a tower moment. What chapter is ending, whether my viewer accepts it or not? Clarifier. There is a dynamic, a relationship that you have either trauma or toxicity or challenge with that can no longer be carried under the conditions that it has been so far. The cards can be as dramatic as you may be envisioning them, where you are totally walking away from a relationship, a breakup, an ending, going no contact, blocking. It can be as dramatic as that. But it may be just the acknowledgement that you can no longer keep going in this relationship under the pattern as it is, and that boundaries may need to be set. So let's get more to clarify that further. What cannot cross the threshold? This will indicate what is being purged. One cannot cross the threshold. Something hidden, something in shadow. Your shadow patterns, your survival patterns. Let me give you an example of this. So you and your siblings may have developed dynamics living under your parents' household that now that you are adults, living independent lives and not under your parents' household or authority, that dynamic, that shadow pattern of relationship from when you were children may need to grow and evolve and develop. But these are your shadow strategies. It may also be something that is not yet revealed, that you're not aware of yet, but that you can feel the tension of. What fear is guarding this threshold to their next level? What fear is guarding this threshold? Their shadow, the darkness, those old wounds and patterns cannot travel forward. So we have the cursed castle, a tower of shadows, crumbling stone, once a golden cage that now shines no more. There's another one that fell under the table. Need just a moment to pull it up. And the jinn. As magic unfolds, a risk as high will arise. Wishes will be granted, but beware the design. So that is trickster, enemy, duplicitous, someone who is not what they seem. A tower of shadows, crumbling stone. The golden cage that now shines no more. So that's the illusion of safety, security, stability, maybe even luxury. If this is someone within your family or in your relationship, you may know who this is, but I feel like you may be finding out a secret may be being revealed that you don't know about yet, that are going to ask a sacrifice of you, a contract, an obligation. When you look at the word obligation, consider using the word invitation instead, and see how that changes the way you move in these offers. But this is an offer coming from somebody within family, close relationship, your intimate circle, right? This can be your closest of friends that feel like family too. But there's going to be an offer or an invitation where not all the details are revealed. You're going to feel the discomfort bodily. You're going to feel the discomfort bodily. It may not be clear to you in the moment that you are going to feel it. But there's going to be a promise of security, stability, and elevation of status, an opportunity to rebuild or get reputation back from an individual who is going to have a contract of some form of obligation. It can either be an actual contract or just verbal. But this, be very, very aware. If it's a written contract, read the fine print. If it is a social contract, ask questions and trust your gut. Trust your gut. Please trust your gut. It knows. Your body knows before your mind does. What version of my viewer is emerging in this challenge and setting up this change? What version of my viewer is emerging? Duplicitous peacocks playing in my head. Something may look like everything you wanted and wished for. So beware those pretty packages that promise fulfillment in your dreams. Because someone is wearing a mask. What version of you that is arising in this is that you may need to not reveal your full hand to this person, right? I like to think of the whatever can be used, whatever whatever you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You may need to not show all of your hands to this person. Move in secret and silence with what you are doing in your life. But at the same time, be aware that this is not all as it seems, okay? So the version of you that is emerging is the one that will be able to spot this. You will be able to spot this individual that is hiding their true self and recognize what that is revealing about you. Right? Take that opportunity. When you find out what that person is, take that opportunity. You're going to learn that you had a skill, one, that because you spotted it, but two, there's a dynamic and a pattern that you are living with that individual that may be playing out in other places in your life. Because we often repeat these loops and patterns, these relationship dynamics with more than one individual. They become a fixed orientation for us. So when you encounter this, expand it further and look at where that same pattern may be showing up in other areas in your life as well, just as a little bonus in that. All right. So let's pause for a minute. We've learned that you have a snake in the grass. There's an enemy in the garden, someone wearing a mask. That you know that there may be secrets coming out that you are not prepared for, that you do not know yet. Something is coming that you can't quite see, and that is very unnerving. So let us pause at the threshold to take in the view. We have felt what is approaching, what is ending, and some truths that ask to be faced, where we have allowed things close to us that are not as they appear. Change often carries grief alongside liberation. In this one, there is the grief of being taken advantage of. So before we take flight, we're going to give that grief wings and send it on its way with one audible, slow breath. Hold. Now let's reveal the wings that you are forming in this. What action proves that my viewer, has crossed this threshold, that this tower has fallen, and that they are clear of the debris? The jinn has been revealed, and they have escaped the game the jinn invited them to play. What action proves they've crossed over the other side of the Phoenix Gate? Today you are the conqueror. You are able to overcome anything life throws at you. Let's do this. So you're not going to be caught off guard by this one because you're receiving early warning from your own intuition, right? This reading didn't appear by magic. It appeared because you already suspected this. You were already feeling it, and your subconscious needed a way to give it words to you. Spirit needed a way to validate and make it clear what your gut was already feeling. So this is a firm boundary that you need to set with somebody that is knowingly being duplicitous with you, that is knowingly being deceptive and manipulative. And you will know that you've crossed over when your enemy is vanquished. And you will be victorious. This is telling you that you will be victorious in this decision. You will know that you have crossed over because you will have successfully avoided this individual's contract, their trap, okay. Beware of people who use their situations, their sadness, the ways that they have been victimized, or the ways that they are struggling, to bait you into a caregiving response. This is very, very common in order to get people to re-engage. So just watch for that. For whatever reason, I'm feeling the need to warn to watch for that. Okay, so what supports are available to my viewer as they are processing through this challenge? Internal or external? Who is with them? Energies are with them to support them, empower them, and uplift them as they are going through this. Because jinn energy is not light energy. This isn't just dealing with a clown on the street. Jinn are ancient. They're deeply rooted, strongly connected. So this is somebody with some authority, some weight, some experience, some clout behind them. Big energy. So someone in your life with big energy, shadowy energy, may move in secret. That's jinn energy. Okay, somebody who feels like that to you. There's your support. The witch. Your support is going to come from places that invite experimentation and rebellion. So if this is somebody in your life that you view and in a position of authority, this is going to be your internal support, your courage and confidence to speak up for yourself and set that boundary, to walk away. This darkness, the moon card, as we continue on with this, this is telling me that you need to keep your moves in secret. Okay. You are feeling this coming. And you know that you have an individual around you who is wearing a mask. Just trying to make this, we can see all of this in a little bit more clear way, because there's a divide right here. This is them, and this is you over here. You feel it. You feel the cognitive dissonance in what this person's offer is, because our internal radar can tell when there is duplicity, when there is a disconnect between someone's intention and behavior, their words and behaviors, right? And so you're feeling that. And your support is going to come from those ways that you rebel against this power. So this is leading me more and more to believe that this is probably someone who has some form of authority or status that they wield above you, whether it is true or not. But that is why you make your moves in secret. You don't tell them so that they don't have the opportunity to verbally undermine your confidence, your self-efficacy, so that they don't speak bad magic over your creation and what you are doing. So make your moves in secret. You put on that little bit of a mask to guard yourself. Not everybody deserves full access, and that's what you are using the mask for here, because we're balancing the energies. This person is not going to reveal their whole hand to you, so we are going to match their energy and not reveal our whole hand to them. Okay, you do not have to explain everything that you are doing with this person, because they're trying to rope you into a contract and an obligation. And if you show them where you are taking every single one of your steps, that gives them the opportunity to move ahead of you. So if you are trying to grow in your life and you know that you have a person who sabotages your efforts to succeed, rebel, move in secret, put on your mask. Okay, your uniform. It is your ninja uniform to get towards your goals without those who consciously feed off of you and leech off of your success. Okay. What message their evolved self, their higher self, back to them now? The future you, after you have gone through this and you've set the boundary, you've accomplished your goal, and thwarted this person's opinion to rope you into duty and obligation that doesn't serve your best interest. Uses up your resources at their benefit in some form or fashion. You want them to know. Protect your treasure. Okay? Protect your treasure. You have a right to protect your investments in yourself, your future, family's well-being, all of that. If you have someone who is undermining you, no matter what their relationship to you is, parent, sibling, child, best friend, if what they are asking or offering compromises your ability to grow or access resources, protect your treasure. Okay? You have a jinn in your garden. Move accordingly. The Phoenix Gate has opened. The fire has claimed truth. The ashes have been witnessed, and your wings are forming. What you carry forward from this gate is yours to nurture, protect, and grow. Transformation is rarely loud. It is often quiet choices repeated over time. You are allowed to move at the pace your truth requires. Thank you for crossing this threshold beside me. If this reading spoke to your journey, you are invited to share what resonates in the comments. Until the next gate summons.